Hi friend, in this video I am going to tell you the detail about sources in OBS Studio. We will see the details like what sources are, what they are used for, what are the different types of sources available in OBS Studio, how to add them, how to delete them, how to change the priorities of different sources, how to resize them. We will see these details. So if you have queries like these, then this video is definitely going to help you. Okay, but before that, if you are new and you don't know about OBS Studio, then you can refer the videos that I have given in the description of this video. Those videos will let you know about the different details about OBS, like what OBS is and how to start using OBS and how to do settings in OBS. So you can get those details from those videos. Okay. So now let us start. So once you open your OBS Studio, you will see a screen, a black box. It's a rectangular black box. This is actually the preview box. Whatever sources you will add in your OBS, those sources will be displayed here. So on this box, you can resize them, you can change their position, and you can, drag and you can hold that and drag it to any position. We will see these details a little later. Okay. Now on the bottom side, if you see, there are a couple of sections. The first section is scenes. The second section is sources. That is what we are going to see in this video. Okay. First, let me tell you the scene. What scene is? A scene is basically a set of sources, or it's a collection of sources. There can be multiple sources inside a scene, and by default a scene is already created when you start OBS Studio. And if you want to create new scene, then you can click on the plus icon and then you have to give the name. Okay, and then you have to click OK. If you want to delete the scene, then select that scene and click on the minus option and then click yes. Or you can do, you can select the screen and right click on that. You can remove from here as well, and similarly you can add new scene as well. Okay, now let's come to the sources section. So we have a scene already created, and in this scene we will create sources. So before that, let me tell you what sources is. A source is basically anything that you want to include in your recording. It may be your image, it may be your browser, it may be your notepad plus plus editor, or anything that you want to include. It could be your audio input device. Okay, so anything that you want to include in your recording, that is actually a source. So if you click on the plus icon, you can see different types of sources. They are having different type of purposes. We will see one by one. Okay, so before I start adding sources, I will show you the link where you can get the detail about different sources, what they are, how to use them. Okay, so for that we have to do a Google search, OBS sources. Then you can open this link, wiki link. This link contains the detail about sources. Here you can see there are different type of sources. Some of these sources are deprecated and they are not used in current version, but many of them are still available. We will see these one by one. Okay, so we will refer this document as well while looking at the different sources. Now, in order to add a source, you have to click on the plus icon and then you have to choose the source, which source you are interested in to add in your recording. So the first source you can see here, audio input capture. This is a source that allow you to include audio device in your recording. That means if you want to record your voice, whatever you are saying, then you need to use this source. Okay, so if you click on this, You'll have to give it a name. By default, it's audio input capture, so we will let it be. And then you have to click OK. Here you have to select the device, the input device that you are using in your desktop or laptop, whatever you are using for recording. As of now, I'm using a microphone 3 Logitech USB. Okay, so I'll use this one, and then I will click OK. Now this source is added inside the scene, but since it's a audio source, it is not visible in your preview box. But any other source like browser, color, display capture, many of them will be visible because they should be visible as they monitor the skin. I mean, they basically allow you to uh, include different type of sources. This should be visible. Okay, so if you want to know more about audio input capture, you can refer it here as well. So the sources description starts from here. Okay, so here you can see audio input output capture source. Okay, now let us see the next source, that is audio output capture. This is actually a source that allow you to include the voice or the sound that comes from your device itself. It could be your laptop or desktop. So whatever device you are using for recording, if you want to record the voice of that sound of that device, then you can use this. For example, if you are running a video, if you are playing a video and you want to record that, then you can use this source. This is very same as input device. Here again you have to select the device that you are using. Okay, as of now we are not interested in, so we can cancel this. And in order to delete a source, just select that source and click minus icon and click yes. Or you can also click right click on that and then you can click remove. Okay, okay, now let us see the next source, that is browser source. Browser source actually allow you to include any browser URL. I mean, you can think of it as anything that you can do on browser. I mean, any URL that you want to fetch, any image URL that you want to fetch, you can include that as well. Okay, so browser source allow you to do that. So you have to give a name here and then click OK. And here you have to give the URL that you want to include. Let's say we want google.com, and then we have the width and height. What should be the width and height of this source? And some more options, you can give some custom CSS as well, and then click OK. Now you can see it allow you to include that source. Okay, you can read it more on this page, the browser source. Here you can see browser source is one of the most versatile sources available in OBS. It is quite literally a web browser that you can add directly to OBS. This allows you to perform all sorts of custom layout, image, video, and even audio tasks as well. Anything that you can access through URL, you can include that in OBS recording using this source. Now you can also resize this. You have to click on the left side of a mouse, left click, and hold that, and then move the mouse, like this. Just move the mouse and then you'll be able to resize this. Okay, so this was about browser source. You can get more detail here if you want to know. Okay. Now let us see the next source, that is color source. A color source allow you to use color in your recording. I mean, if you want to give any background color in your recording, in your recorded video, then you can use this. You have to click on this, then give it a name, click OK. Now if you see here, you can give the color, the background color, like this one, click OK. Now you can see the background color of this uh, layout. Okay, and here you can give the width and height, whatever is applicable for you, whatever you want to. Okay, so this will allow you to have a background color in your video. Okay, so as of now, let us delete this source, as we will not use this. We just wanted to know about this, so we have to select this, click minus, click yes. Okay, also as I said, you can resize this by pressing the mouse left button and holding that and moving that. You can also drag it here and there like this. You just have to press the left click and move the mouse here and there. Okay, this way you can move your source. Now let us see the next source, that is display capture. This is actually the source which is quite used by many recorders. This source allow you to record anything that you do on your device. I mean on your desktop or laptop, whatever you are using for recording. That is why it's a display capture. That means it records the display. So whatever you are doing on your desktop, if you want to record that, then you can use this display capture source. Okay, you have to click on this, then you have to give it a name and then click OK, and then you have to click OK. Now if you see this source, the red box is actually the display source. It has hide the browser source. If you click on this, you can see this. Okay. So the source which is on top will hide the source on the bottom. I mean, the priority is from top to bottom. If you want to show your browser in your recording, then you have to move it up. For that, you have to select the source and click on the move up icon. This way, this will come in front. So this is how you can move up and down. Now if you want to now you want to move it down, then you have to select this and then click the move down icon. Now it has gone down. I mean, the display capture will hide that source. Okay, so now if you record your video, so display capture will hide your the browser source. Okay, if you want your browser source to come in the recording, then you have to take it front. For that you have to move up. Okay, in this case, on your top right, this browser source will come, and in other part, this your display capture will be recorded. Okay, now let us see the next source. If you want to know more about browser source, display capture, you can color source. We already saw, you can refer this section. And then display capture source, here you can see display capture is used to capture your entire monitor. So whatever you are doing, you can use this source to capture all the activity. The options here are few, with the selection for the display you wish to capture and a checkbox to enable or disable showing of your cursor. And another thing to note here, you can only add one display captures the source per display. If you need your display in multiple scenes, add make sure you use add existing. Okay. Okay, now let us see the another source, that is game capture. This is actually a source that allow you to capture the game. If you want to record the game that you are playing on your device or laptop or desktop, you can use this source to record that. For gaming recording, you can use this source. You have to give a name and then some options that you have to configure, and then you can use this source as well for recording the gaming. Okay. As of now, we are not interested in this. We will not add this. I just wanted to tell you what it is. Delete. You can also refer this section, the game capture section here, to see the detail about game capture source. You can read this section. Okay, now let us see the next source, that is image source. Image source actually a source that allow you to include images in your video recording. So if you want to include any image in your recording, then you have to use this source. You have to select this and click, give it a name, and then click OK. And then you have to select the image. Okay. And then you have to click OK. You can resize this just by pressing the left button and holding that, and then move your mouse. Okay. You can resize this as per your convenient. You can also drag it here and there by pressing the left button and moving the mouse. Okay. Now let us see the next source, that is image slideshow. Image slideshow is actually a source that allow you to include multiple images in your video recording. For example, if you have a need where you want to show the multiple images one by one, and you want a transition between those images while recording, so you can use this source. Here you have to give it name, then click OK, and there are some of the options that you have to use, like what should be the time between slides and transition speed, and then your files. Here you can see a section. You click on the plus icon. Here you can see add files, add directory. If you have multiple images from multiple locations, then you can use one by one add files. If your file is already in a directory, all the images in one directory, then you can use directory for multiple directories. Okay, so this was about image file source. Okay, if you want to know more about image slideshow, you can refer here the image section, then image slideshow, and read more here. Okay, this one. Now let us see the next source, that is media source. This is a source that allow you to include uh, any video in your basically in streaming. Actually, it is used if you want to include any GIF file, MP4 file, MP3 file. So you can use this source to include those videos or GIF files. You can read it more here. Media source. So media source is a great option to add all sorts of different media types to your stream. The currently supported file types are MP4, .tsn. These are the supported formats. Okay, so different media types to your stream, mostly used for stream purposes. Okay, let's cancel this. Now let us see the next source, Scene we have already saw. Text source. Text source is actually a source that allow you to add text in your recording. You have to click on the text source and then you have to give it a name and then click OK. And then you have to use the text, whatever text you want to include in your recording. For example, first recording. Okay. And then you have to, you have different options to do here. For example, if you want to change the color of this, you can use, let's say, red. Okay, color of the text has been changed. Here you can see the opacity. If you remove, you bring it to 0, then you can see the text has been gone. You can increase this to 100. And then you have background color. You have to select color. Let's say if you want green color, and select OK. Now you have to increase the opacity. Let's do it 100%. Okay, and here are the some options where you can do the alignment as well. Okay, so these are some options that you can use. Let's click OK. Now let's resize this. You have to press the left mouse button and hold that, and then move your cursor. Okay, you can also place this on the bottom, whatever place you want to, and move this. Okay, so this was about text source. Now let us see in the next source. The next source is, so let me tell you some more. So text source, you might have seen some video where you have seen that there is an option, I mean, where it says subscribe my channel, something like that in videos. So you can also do that using this text source as well, or any image source as well. Okay. Okay, let us see the next source, that is the window capture device. Okay, so this is a source that allow you to include webcam. So if you might have seen some videos on YouTube or somewhere wherein the person who is recording the video, his face is also coming on the bottom right side, on the left side, or on the top. You have seen his face as well. So that is actually that can be done using video capture device. This source allows you to include webcam. For that, you should have webcam in your device. Okay. In my case, it's not there, so I cannot use my laptop to record my face in the video. But this is a source that you can use for including your face that while recording the video. Okay, so you can refer this page to get more text source. Then yeah, this one, video capture device. Okay, if you read this, you can see here the video capture device source allow you to add a variety of video devices, including but not limited to webcams and capture cards. Okay, you can read this section to get more detail about this. Let's cancel this. Okay, now let us see the next source, that is window capture source. This is a source that allows you to record any specific window. When I say specific window, it could be any browser, it could be any image, it could be Notepad++ editor, or your Explorer, File Explorer as well. Okay, so any specific window that you want to include. So in that case, you can use this source. Okay, you have to click on this, then you have to give it a name, then click OK. Now, if you see here, you can see all the windows that I have already opened. I'm in the programs. I have opened Explorer, File Explorer, Notepad+. You can select any specific window and you can use, you can record that window. So in this case, whatever you do on your laptop, that will not be recorded except the window that you have selected here. Okay, so you can read more about this here, the window capture device here. Okay, window capture source. Window capture allows you to capture a specific window and its contents. Yeah. The advantages to using this source over display capture is that only the selected window will be shown, even if there are other windows in front of it. Okay, so let's say if you have selected Notepad Plus and you move to any other window like browser or something, even in that case, your Notepad Plus Plus will be recorded only. Okay, now let's come back. So this was about window capture source. Any other source? I think, yeah, that's all about the sources that we have. Group is different thing. It's actually kind of source which allow you to group multiple sources in one. Okay, so so now we saw different sources. Let us see some more things. Now, if you want to hide any source, remove the window capture. Okay, and window capture as well. Remove this. So you can see how I'm removing. You have to select the source and click on the minus icon, then click yes. Even if you can remove by right clicking on that source. Okay, and you can see the properties of any source by right clicking on that and go properties, and then you can see whatever properties is applicable for that source. Okay, similarly in display or in browser source, then right click and click properties, then open that. Okay, you can also hide the source from here as well. You can see an eye icon here. You can click on this, your source will be hidden. Any source, just select that and click on this eye icon. It will hide that source. Okay, and we also saw how the sources can be prioritized. You can select the source and move it up. Okay, we also saw how we can move the sources here and there, how we can decide the sources. Okay, yeah, I think that's all. One more thing, you can right click on this and you can click transform and then click on edit transfer. There are some more properties that you can do with the source by doing like this. Okay, so I think that's all about different sources. The video was a little long uh, because there are different sources in the OBS studio that we can use. Now if you have multiple sources, then you have to make an alignment so that the thing that you want to include, that should not be hidden. Okay, uh, just to clarify this, for example, I have used this text source. This will hide the display capture source. I mean, only this part only will be hidden. Other parts of this display capture will be recorded. Similarly, the image source, this will hide this much only, this section. You can also right click on this and click properties, or you can, here you can see the properties, and you can also do transform, edit transform. Here you can give the size as per your need. Okay, and the position. A couple of options are available here. You can use this. You have to do this in this way. Okay, and for example, if you want to include your face, you can place a video capture device and move it. Like I have placed this image source, you can place your video capture device here. And so here your video, I mean your face will be recorded here while you are recording the video. Okay, so the part which is not hidden, I mean the capture part. This is your display capture source. The part that is not hidden by other source, that will be recorded in your recording. Like here, if you see, the browser source is on top of display capture, so this will hide. This much section will be this section of display capture will be hidden by the browser source. You can do the alignment and resizing as per your need. So that's all about the video. I hope the video was helpful for you. It was a little long, but I hope the video was quite informational for you. Thank you for watching the video.